Okay, here are the solutions to the exercises on subroutines. Let's first of all take question A. We're asked to write a subroutine that triples the value of an input parameter and returning the new value. So we're going to start off with the keyword def, and we're going to create a name for our subroutine, and we're asked to triple a value. So triple seems to be a good name. And we need a parameter, an input parameter. Let's call that a value. You can obviously call it anything you like, but it's nice to have something that is makes sense at least. And we want to return the new value. So we want to return, and what do we want to return? We want to return triple the input value. So that's 3 times the input value, and the input value is a value. So that is what we want there. Let's just test that. So let's say print triple of 5. And that we should get 15. And there we go at the bottom here, 15. That's correct. So that's nice. That seems to be working. We just change that to 50 and run again. This time we get 150. Good, we're happy with that. Let's remove our test code. That's right. So that was part A. So let's put a little comment in here. Part A. Let's do part B now. We're asked to write a subroutine that adds 1 to the value of an input parameter, returning the new value. So def adds 1. So let's call it add 1. And we've got an input parameter, a value, and return the value, a value, add 1. Nice and simple. Let's just test that. So return, so print add 1 to 6, and hopefully if we run this we should get 7. Yes, we do. There it is, 7. Okay, notice, and this is an important point, that I print the value outside of the function. What I don't really want to do is to print the value inside the function. I want to keep the function pure. If the function's purpose is to triple the value or add 1 to the value, that's all it should do, because I want to be able to reuse that function without necessarily having to print it in that function. Okay, part C now. So let's put a comment and say C. There. Right, it says write a subroutine that takes in 2 parameters, a name and an age, and prints out a message describing the name and age of a person. So, okay, well, let's have a function called print name and age. Let's say do that, and it's going to have a name as an input and also an age as an input. Okay, so 2 parameters separated by a comma, notice. And quite often programmers will put a space after the commas just to make it look a bit nicer. It's up to you. And here we want to, it says print out a message describing the name and age of the person. So let's say print the name is, and that's the a name, who is, have an age, years old. Very similar to how we did our print statement earlier. This time we've got a subroutine to do it. So this will always, whenever we call this function or this subroutine, it will always say the name is David, who is 25 years old. Okay, so let's test that out. So let's say print name and age of David and 25. So let's try that and run that. So here we go. The name is David, who is 25 years old. So that works quite nicely. I'll put an extra space in there that I don't need. Let's just remove that. I've noticed that just there, too many spaces. It was good to test your code. That's fine, happy with that. So let's do D. We need a subroutine that takes in two parameters and returns the sum of them. Okay, so summation, should we call it summation or sum? It's up to you. Summation, and we want two numbers. So what should we call them? We call them first number, second number, and we want to return the sum of those. So the sum of those is first number plus second number, something like that. Just test that. So we're going to print the summation of 9 and 8. Let's just see if that produces. And of course, 9 and 8 is 17. So there we go. We get 17. So we're happy with that. So hopefully you've got something like that in your solutions.